Okay, so I start with opening up the energy field. Bring in light. Then I expand the energy field. Expanding the energy field helps to hold more light in the system. Also, more awareness comes with that as well. And we can be always more expanded. So we can be a lot bigger than we think we are. So energetically seen, we are bigger than the body anyways, but we can always be a lot bigger. So expand. So it's of course good for you because you can hold more light in the system, but also by that you influence people around you, right? If you have a lot of high vibrational light in your system and you interact with people, they benefit from it as well. So that's really good. Also animals, of course, plants. Then I fill up the expanded space with more light. Then I clear surface energies. So surface energies are emotions that are floating around the top of the system. We don't need them at the moment. So emotions that have been triggered over the past 1 or 2 days. And triggered doesn't necessarily mean, totally low vibrational energies, just any energies really, because we don't need anything at the moment. We just need a clear surface. And then we can go deeper into your system and work there. So just clear the surface. And I also do the same with the mind. So I clear thoughts out of the mind. So just the energies that are floating around the mind and are creating thoughts, basically. Because the personal thoughts we have, we can think. So there are personal ones, but there is also like these random thoughts. So just energy floating around the mind area, creating thoughts. So we don't need them. I'm clearing them. Then I clear the brain. Clear the brain from also low vibrational energies, from toxins and metals. So just all sorts of toxins and metals that have been stored in your brain and haven't been detoxed, because the body usually detoxes stuff by itself, right? But some things just can't be really detoxed. So we clear those because we want the brain to be as clear as possible. So clear it, clear it, clear it, clear it, clear it. Then I put healing energies into the brain. Then the energy of balance. And love, light, and truth, the highest vibrations. Then I clear the pineal gland. Small part of the brain and sits in the middle of the head. And I clear it from blockages and calcification. And clearing and activating helps, so it can be always more activated. So with everything, that goes with everything in our system. So everything can always be more open, more activated, more energy flowing, and so on. And an open and activated pineal gland helps with more perception, in general, being more open to perceive, and also being more conscious, more aware. So I am activating your pineal gland. And I open up the energy field more. Bring in more light. And then I open up the central energy channel, which is located in the middle of your body and energy field, goes from the root to the crown chakra. And this is where life energy flows through the system. So it flows from the root chakra up to the crown chakra, falls back down left and right in 2 half circles, and flows up again, and so on. So it's a constant flow. And we want to increase this energy flow. And by clearing low vibrational energies out of the system, which are held in the system also by life energy, so life energy is needed for that, we free up life energy, so we have more of that available. And basically what this energy does, it helps us to eventually then only live in the present moment, because the past and the future is an illusion. We experience it, but it's actually an illusion. It's just a mechanism of the system where emotional memories are stored in the system, and we can basically tap into them by thinking about something that happened in the past. We think about it, and then the emotions that are stored in the system are coming forward. We experience it in the present moment, and the same is with the future. So if we think about the future and we kind of are thinking about how things are going to play out or turn out and stuff like that, we also use past emotional memories and project them into the future. And this is just a mechanism in the system. And this starts breaking down over time by doing this work. So that means eventually there is no emotional memory in the system anymore, just intellectual memory, and everything is happening in the here and now, in the present moment. Nothing else exists because it's collapsed, it's gone. So basically, life is just unfolding of moment after moment after moment after moment. In these moments, we experience life fully through our senses, emotions, thoughts. So we have the full experience of a situation. Then the next experience comes up, the next, and so on. It's just a constant flow, a constant unfolding. Yeah. And then basically all the life energy is just focused in the present moment. Imagine how much energy you have available and how much cool stuff you can do with that. And right now it's like, yeah, it's basically scattered in different parts of the system, holding different energies in place and stuff like that. So, and eventually we want to have it all just flowing, yeah, through the system. Okay, so that's what we're working towards, and I'm accelerating your life energy. I help it to flow more. Okay, and then I'm going to fill up your system with a lot more light. Basically, what the light does is it fills up your system. It can then also go into deeper layers and all of that. And by filling it up, the low vibrational stuff can surface. So it's basically when you, probably the best example is if you have water and you have oil in the water and the water just comes on the surface. So it's kind of like that. And then it can be worked on and cleared. So I open energy channels where more light can enter your system. So on the top of your head, I clear it and expand it. So always when I expand it in your system, it stays open a bit more, and in general, more light, because the light is there all the time anyways. More light can enter your system just during your everyday life experience as well, not just like in meditation or healing sessions. Then forehead, cleared it and expanded. Back of the head, clear it, expanded. Then heart chakra. I clear surface energies out of the heart chakra. Expanded. Solar plexus chakra, clear surface energies out of the solar plexus chakra. Expanded. Back of the heart chakra, clear surface energies. Expanded. And back of the solar plexus chakra. Clear surface energies and expanded. Okay, then I connect it directly to the light of the Divine Mother through the top of the head. the forehead, the back of the head, heart chakra, solar plexus chakra, back of the heart chakra, and back of the solar plexus chakra. And I pull a cocoon of light on top of your system, down to your feet, and let this light fill up your system for about 2 minutes. Then I open up the energy field more. By opening it up more, the light can enter deeper layers. So I bring in more light. And then I work on the nervous system. Refining the nervous system helps to perceive energies, to hold more light in the system, also higher levels of consciousness. So first I'm clearing the nervous system. And I'm healing the nervous system. Then strengthening the nervous system. And then expanding the capacity of holding more light and higher levels of consciousness. Okay, I open the chakras, crown chakra, third eye chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral chakra, root chakra. And I'm going to clear energies out of your system, and I will use the chakras for doing that. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the energies are stored exactly in the area where the chakras is. They're just a representation to work with these energies. And I will speak out loud words multiple times, and this is just a way of clearing. Okay. Start with the root chakra. Fear. So I clear fear, 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 the energy of fear out of the root chakra. Fear, 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 fear. So the core fear is always the fear of dying, fear of separation, the fear of dying, 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 the fear of dying. So not just dying, but also the way of dying, so that, you know, dying in a dreadful way, in a painful way. So there is fear around this. There is fear around the way of dying, but then also there is fear that basically life can be over in a split second. So there is fear around that too. Fear around dying, fear around dying, fear around dying. So basically doing a wrong step, stepping in front of a car, I don't know, falling from a cliff, something like that, doing just one wrong movement, and you can exit this life experience, right? So there is fear around this. There's fear, 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 fear. Especially when the, let's say, the human part of us, not our high, let's call it the true nature, our beingness. It knows exactly when it's time, or the soul, it knows exactly when it's the time for what and so on, but the human part of us doesn't, because we are veiled, right? So we have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow, basically. And this is the part that's fearful, because the soul knows anyway. So soul doesn't have a problem with anything. So we talk about the human part that doesn't know, which of course makes it a lot more difficult. So, and there is these fears. Fear, 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 fear of dying, fear of dying, fear of dying, fear of dying, and fear of doing something wrong, and then the consequence is death or a dreadful outcome. So there is fear around this, fear, 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 fear. So clear this kind of fear, clear this kind of fear. Then also fundamental fear is the fear of separation, the fear of separation, the fear of separation. So clear the fear of separation, the fear of separation, fear of separation of what you truly are, and separation of God, right? So that's like another core fear, fear of separation, fear of separation, fear of separation, fear of separation. And the fact that we live as humans separate until we don't, until we work our way forward on the path of spiritual awakening, and then not separate anymore. This experience changes. Until then, we are separate, which is an experience. It feels real. It is real in the experience, but fundamentally it's an illusion. We're never separate. But there is this fear around separation, and also the anger, second chakra, the anger around separation, the anger around separation, the anger around separation from God, and also from our true nature. There's anger around this. There's anger. Although the soul, the soul knows, it comes in, it knows it will be veiled and separated and all of that. Again, not from that level. It's the human part. The human part, that's also then second chakra, resistance. Resistance, 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 resistance. Resistance to just allowing life to be as it is. Life is life. We're here having a human experience, and this is all we need to have, and this is all what this is here is about. And the rest is not important, really. But there is then this resistance to that fact, resistance that it's so simple and there is nothing else really. You know, this is the fundamental part or reason for this incarnation, is to have this incarnation, to be in this incarnation. But then there is also parts of us that are resisting that. So they resist the human life, the humans, how humans are, how humans treat each other, how humans treat the environment, all of that. So there's just this constant resistance towards so many different things, constant resistance towards partner, towards family members, towards situations, towards work. There's just so much resistance, and this is what causes the pain. This causes the pain, heart chakra. I clear the pain out of the heart chakra. I clear the pain around being a human and having a human experience and being incarnated as human. The pain comes and the suffering comes from our resistance and the low vibrational energy. So that's why we clear them. So clear the pain out of the heart chakra. Pain. Clear the pain out of the heart chakra. Pain. Also sadness and devastation. Sadness and devastation. Again, resistance, second chakra. Clear resistance to this human experience. Resistance to basically, yeah, life, how life is unfolding. So resistance to life, because we have a part in us, which we know that is the ego, that kind of has its own idea how it wants life to be and how it's supposed to be and what we're supposed to do and not to do and all of that. And not just the ego, but then also a lot of energies in the system with that information gathered through our lifetimes in our system. So yeah, we clear them. So again, second chakra, resistance and anger towards life, anger towards the human experience, anger towards that it's hard sometimes, that it's challenging sometimes, that it's not as we wanted it to be. Again, the human self, not the soul part. The soul is okay with everything. So clear that, clear it. Then also heart chakra is always the identification. So in the heart chakra is always the identification with these emotions. And there's heart chakra. It's unfair. It's so unfair. It's not how I want it. It's not how I want it. It's not how I imagined it to be. It's not how I imagined it to be. It's different. Why is it different? Why? I don't want it. Root chakra, fear. Fear of, again, separation, fear of being alone, fear of not having anybody, fear of that it's only you and you are separate and you by yourself and you don't have anybody to help you and you don't have anybody to guide you, you don't have anybody to rely on. Yes, of course you have friends and family and that, but that's not, let's just say, compared to God, that's like not, if I say it's not enough, it's probably the wrong word, but I hope you get the drift. So between God and you know, family members, it's just a difference there. So I'm just talking about, yeah, that. So I clear it again. Root chakra, the fear of separation, and the fear of not finding your way back to God, to your true nature, and be caught up in the human, experience and not finding your way out. And this is double. So first of all, that there is a way out. So that's a misunderstanding. I just want to clear it on the mind level. So spiritual awakening doesn't mean to find a way out of the human experience, because we're gonna have that until we exit this reality. So just need to clear this out of the mind level. That's a misunderstanding. So spirituality is not a way out of the human experience. It's actually the opposite. It's more accepting. So eventually, when the resistance and all of that is gone, it's just a lot more acceptance for the human experience. And also then when the acceptance is there, the surrender into it is there, the enjoyment of it is a lot more there, and then the experience can be actually very enjoyable. And yeah, so we're just working our way towards that. Okay. So then this is like a heart chakra, like a cry of the human, I don't want this, but like very devastated, a devastated cry of the human. I don't want this human experience. I don't want this human experience. I don't like my human experience. I don't want it. I don't want it. I want a different one. I want a different one. I just want it different. I just want it different. I just want it different. That's the problem. So that's the problem. It's not that the experience is different. It's just that what it wants it to be different. That's basically just energies, low vibrational energies, misunderstandings. When we clear more of them and more of them and more of them, there's just more space, more clarity. Yeah. Okay, so open up the energy field more. Bring in more light. Okay. Again, resistance, second chakra. Okay, more resistance. Clear more of it. So first, resistance towards ourselves. So we resist parts of us. So there are parts of us that can be positive or negative. It really depends. And we just resist them. We don't want to feel them. We don't want to see them. So for some people, it's negative emotions because it's too low vibrational. It doesn't make them feel good. For some people, it's also high vibrational emotions because they're not good enough to feel joy, love, and all of that, right? So either way, it's just resistance. A clear second chakra, second chakra resistance from life experience, resistance from experiencing life to the fullest, where we as humans have emotions. This is just part of our systems. Then accepting emotions. So I clear the resistance towards emotions, resistance towards experiencing emotions, positive and negative. So I clear them, clear it. Heart chakra. I don't want to feel, so especially low vibrational emotions now, I don't want to feel them. They're painful. And they make me sad. They make me depressive or just feel low vibrational. I don't like it. And also high vibrational emotions. Life is not always okay. These are on a mental level. So we have this saying in German, das Leben ist nicht immer ein Zuckerschlecken. Life is not always, basically translated, it's like a cotton candy in that kind of way, I guess. So it's just a misunderstanding. Life is hard. Life experience, like we have to work to have a good life experience. We have to work hard. We have to try hard. Life in general is hard. So basically we are the sinners, right? That's what the church teaches us. We're the sinners, and that's just how it is. So we kind of have this understanding in our system. So we are the sinners and life is hard and we need to work hard. And the liberation is death. So that's the conditioning. That's just conditioning. So clear it, clear it, clear it. But we can, of course, experience liberation while being embodied. So no problems there. Okay. So I can already see a massive change in the energy field. Massive actually, because these low vibrational energies, they weigh very heavy, if I can say it like that. So even though there are a lot more other energies stored in the system, but just these low vibrational ones, they're just very heavy. They keep the system very much down. They keep us small, they keep us limited. And by clearing them, just the outcome, by clearing them, the change in energy field is so massive. Okay, so I'm just gonna heal and clear a few parts that are holding on to these energies. So parts that are holding on to the fear of, specifically the fear of dying. The part that's holding on to the fear of experiencing like a dreadful death. Then the part that is fearful of separation. The part that feels separate from God specifically. So basically meaning nobody is guiding us. We're just by ourselves, we're alone, we're the lone little person. So the part that holds on to that understanding, so heal it. And it's interesting. So the light is always there, right? So we are surrounded by it because this is just how it is. We just can't perceive it yet, or at least we can maybe perceive a little bit of it. And then when we do a little bit more of healing work, a little bit more meditation, all of that, we can perceive more and more and more and also be more like that. So we basically embody that more and more. But it's all already there. So God is, if you want to say God, or the light is there all the time. It's just about our perception. If we can't perceive it, then it's really because there's stuff in the way, beliefs, stuck energies and all of that. But everything is already there all the time. Okay, so the memory of that is coming in now. So the memory for the system, that's what I just shared. So that the light is constantly there. We're exposed to it constantly. It just depends on, first of all, how much can our system take on and how much can we already perceive it. So just this information comes into the system that every cell of the body remembers, oh yeah, it's actually already there. I just can't see it. Okay. And then also the information comes in, it manifests in every cell of the body. So basically what manifesting in every cell of the body means is that, yes, our intellect understands that information as well, but it's really, the information gets embodied and then we can live from there and just feels our truth. That's more of our truth now. Mm-hmm. And the same is, that's now coming in information, the same is with the joy and the love and the joy and the love. It's also part of us, so it's already there everywhere. But if we have low vibrational energies in the system and more identified with them and with the small self, they can't be experienced that often. And the more we free our system, the more we can also experience those, because it's like there, it's like just, yeah, it's just in the air. If you wanna, yeah, just for understanding, it is kind of already in the air. Okay. Also, the information comes in, you are doing a great job. You are doing an amazing job by looking for that, looking for your personal truth, opening up to that, and working towards that. And there is just this loving energy coming in. And it just wants to encourage you to, yeah, following that also in the future. And it just shares you're doing a great job. So it's like you get a, yeah, you probably feel it. Feels really nice and very supportive. So that comes in. I just let this manifest for like a minute because it feels really, really nice. It's very encouraging. And maybe you can feel that your body relaxes more. And everything seems to be so much more enjoyable. And the problems kind of step in the background or just vanish, or they kind of in that space, they're very small. So always when the humanness, the busy stuff of the human step into the background and we experience this open space with the high vibrational energies, it's such a different way of perceiving life, looking at life, understanding life. So different. Okay, this feels really amazing, but I'm still going to continue on going back to some low vibrational stuff and clear it. That's what we're also here for. So open up the energy field more. Bring in more light. Okay, then second chakra, clear anger. Anger, 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 anger. Anger, so fundamentally anger towards life. So that's a fundamental one and God. But let's start with life. So anger towards life, anger towards life, anger towards life, that it's not unfolding in a way that you would have preferred, that you would have wanted, that you had experiences that were unpleasant or painful or even very dreadful. There's just this anger. There's just this anger, this anger, this anger, this anger towards life, this anger towards life. There is this anger, 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 anger. Heart chakra. why are the things not how I want them to be? Why are things not how I want them to be? Why are things different? Why they're different? Why are they different? Why are they different? Why they're different? Why? And there we have just the ego identification or the ego. So either the ego is still, you identified with the ego and that's like the self in the moment you identified with, or the ego already stepped in the background, but it's never fully gone, right? And it can always kind of sneak back in the forefront just for a little while as well, just for little bits and pieces when things are happening that you don't prefer, and then it feels like, oh, I need to protect this system. And I'm just going to basically take away the energy from this ego identification. So this is also the life energy I was talking before, because it's just the energy structure. So the ego is nothing else than an energy structure, and it claims to be the center of your being until you realize it's not, but then it steps in the background, but it sometimes can still have the power to come forward. I'm just going to dissolve that more. So either the identification that's still there, or just I take more power of it away. And maybe you can even feel it that more energy is freed up in your system now. Maybe you just feel more energy. You feel a bit more expansive. This is just because you get more life energy back. So I'm also going to say thank you to the ego for being here, protecting your vessel and your life. But it's not needed to the extent as it thinks it is. And we're just going to put it back into the space where it belongs. So it will always have a space. It's just part of the human. But it's not our true nature, and it's part of the lower nature. So we just put it back where it belongs, into the background. And we still value it for helping us to stay alive, but that's it. Thank you. Okay. And maybe you can feel the joy in your system that's now just naturally there. Because like this clinching around survival and, protection and all of that is just lessened. We just put the ego back into the space where it belongs. So, and now suddenly the joy is there, more openness is there, more energy flow. You have a lot more energy available, like a lot more. And the heart can open up more because of that. Because the ego is protecting the heart, but because it stepped into the background, the heart doesn't, have anybody standing in front of it anymore. So you can just soften up and open up more. And the heart basically says yes to life. So it always says yes. The heart always says yes to life. And this is so helpful to have an open heart, because even though we have then experiences that we don't prefer, we just navigate around them, we just change them. But with an open system and an open heart, it's like it can be never that painful, or it can never be that annoying, or compared to when the ego is in charge and the lower vibrational energies are in charge of our life experience, or we see life through these lenses. Then it becomes more of a observing. So many things are just then observed, they seen, they just experienced without judgment. So there's also no judgment in the heart. There's just openness, there's just energy flow, there's just allowing, there's just divine knowledge, surrender and acceptance. So also let this manifest for a minute, and then I'll continue. Okay, and by having such an open heart in this moment, I'm just going to clear pain out of the heart, because when it's so open, also the pain is seen, or the lower vibrational stuff is seen. So clear pain, pain around having an open heart, pain around allowing to have the heart open all the time. So that there the pain around this, the pain. So painful experiences we had, and then pain manifested. So I clear the pain out of the heart, pain, 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 pain out of the heart. And then also this protective mechanism of the heart, the protective mechanism that basically, I mean, it's not like fully closing the heart down, but kind of protects the heart. So clear it, clear it, clear it, clear it, clear it, clear it, clear it. Because also when we experience pain, a painful experience with an open heart, yes, it's there for a very short time and then it just passes through. So it passes through the open heart. Same with the whole system in general, right? So I always talk about energies passing through the system. It's the same with the heart. So we specifically talk about heart energies at the moment. When the heart is open, of course, things are felt, but this is how the human vessel works, right? We feel things, it's just how it is. It's how it's supposed to be. So with an open heart, we feel things in a very sensitive way, of course, but then also experiences can leave. They can leave as well, and then they're just gone. And also with the positive emotions, right? We can just feel them fully, but then they also leave. Nothing stays, everything just leaves. Everything is just unfolding. High vibrational energies, low vibrational energies, just unfolding. And then there are times in between where it's just very neutral. So most systems don't experience a neutral state. They experience stuff going on all the time. It's just very busy. It's just a lot happening, a lot of chaos, a lot of disorientation. And this is what we cleared a lot today. And right now you're not experiencing any of that, right? It's all gone. Because the energy is just flowing, the system is open, the heart is open, everything is just flowing and passing through. And this is what we're working towards, to have this open system all the time, so everything is just passing through. And now I put information to the heart chakra because your system is ready. Okay, yes, I'm ready to feel all the emotions fully for as long as I need to feel them, for as long as they need to be there to teach me something, to show me something, to help me understanding something. Or they're just there to be there for a certain amount of time. So I allow and I accept that. And I'm open for that. And putting this into the heart chakra, again, system receives so much more joy. Joy comes in, just the joy is there. More openness is there. So basically saying yes to life. So this is also just a part of life experience, the emotions, which is then surrender in the end, surrender to life. Just brings in the joy automatically, or the bliss. Depends on how your system experiences that. Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Eva and today I'm going to share with you what Next Elevation is all about. So basically the idea for Next Elevation came up already a few months ago. I'm working with high vibrational divine energies and I can transmit them to people. This just started to happen for me after a lot of years of spiritual practice, of meditation, of personal growth. This opportunity or this possibility just started to come in. So I've been doing that for a while, but it always is me that is transmitting this energy to people. And a transmission, by the way, is information. So it's light. A transmission is light, and light is pure information, so higher information. And this higher information comes into our system, into our bodies, and our bodies understands that on a cellular level and can start changing towards that higher information on a cellular level. So basically the transmission I work with contains the information of the highest truth. So when you're exposed to that, it will help you to find your personal highest truth and also unlock your highest potential that you have. It's already there. And with this project, the possibility came up to connect to this energy directly, to this transmission directly, and it doesn't need me. So basically what you can do is here, we have different services. So at the moment, so we're gonna expand them later on, but at the moment, we have a service for you, for your pet, and for your apartment or business, so for the location of that. And what we are doing is we connect you to this high vibrational divine light. And what is it doing? So basically it brings you more alignment with your life, with what's there for you, what you're supposed to experience, what your soul plan is, and with your true nature. So basically just life becomes more, you become more aligned with your life experience and with life and with your highest truth. So the experience of life just will change. It will get a lot more effortless, a lot more joyful. You will feel more vital, healthier. There's just more well-being. There is more clarity, more openness, more understanding for your limitations or things that are not serving you anymore, so that you can let go of them. So it doesn't matter what it is, because we do a lot of things that we think we need to do, but they don't feel so aligned, right? For example, a job, or we hang out with certain people, or we have certain friends, or we live in a certain country where we actually feel like, okay, it doesn't feel in alignment with us, but we are here because, for example, we learned it. We've been with these people for so many years, so we have to continue being here, so conditioning from society, school, parents, whatever. So these are all basically limiting us, and they are separating us from following our personal highest truth. And the transmission will just help you to connect to your personal highest truth, and you will realize over time what is not serving you. You can let this go, and it will show you what's serving you, what's in alignment for your life experience. And these things will just start to come in. So you basically just need to say yes to them, because they start to come in. Opportunities, people, whatever it is. So yeah, overall, it's all about being aligned with life. And if that's happening, life is just a lot more effortless and a lot more enjoyable. And this is what we want to help you with here. And it's all about experiencing that. So when you sign up, for example, for the 7-day trial, I would recommend you doing that just to get a taste of what we offer. Some people feel the changes right away. So they feel right away more joy, more uplifted, have a more positive outlook on life. It's easier to get up in the morning, more motivated, even like, start doing sports or something they wouldn't have done before. Or when you already do sports, just perform better. So just everything gets more positive. What it is though, it is a it's unfolding over a certain amount of time. So it's a process. So when you're exposed to these lights, it starts. And then it's just unfolding. So life gets better and better and better. It's not something that, happens from one day to the other. It's all about the unfolding, experiencing the process. So when you subscribe to the 7-day trial, I can recommend you. So also I want to say, some people are energetically sensitive. You might feel the energy coming in. It feels actually very nice. It's like a tingling in every cell of your body, and it feels cozy and warm and beautiful. If you don't feel it, don't worry, it's still happening. And yeah, just see for yourself when you experience the 7-day trial, what is changing? Are things easier? Are opportunities coming in? Are things falling away where they're not serving you anymore? So what's happening? Observe yourself. Do you feel more uplifted? Yeah. So this is the little video and the little introduction. Thank you so much for watching. I would just recommend try it for yourself and then see what happens. Okay, enjoy. Bye-bye.